Hi, I'm Ray, Chubby Ray Comics. I don't buy single issues. I buy trade paperbacks. I buy omnibus. I love collected editions. I love talking about them. And I so appreciate you guys coming over and watching me talk about these things. I'm going to continue my If I Could Only Keep 5 series with maybe the hardest group I've had to pick. Today, I'm giving you If I Could Only Pick 5 current writers. These are writers that currently have books on the shelves that are fantastic. I think one of the best things about comic creators are the ideas that come out of these guys' minds. These writers come up with scenarios, plot lines, everything that are so fantastic. Not only do they come up with dialogue, they come up with action sequences, and they instruct the illustrators on what to draw. Nothing is more impressive to me than a comic book writer. I even think they're more impressive than a screenplay writer. What comic book writers do is something that I would love to do. I wish I just had an ounce of the talent that these guys have. Comic book writers are amazing, and this list was so hard to come up with. Coming up with 5 writers was impossible, but I did it. It is a Chubby Ray video, so of course, honorable mention. So let's start out with our honorable mention current writers working for If I Could Only Keep 5 current writers. Honorable mention number 5, Benjamin Percy. This is Red Hulk, the book Benjamin Percy is doing right now. It's a fun book. It's a fun book. It starts on a plane, and what do you do when you're on a plane and you start to turn into the Red Hulk? This is the kind of stuff Benjamin Percy comes up with. He is the honorable mention number 5 writer. He also had an incredible run on Wolverine a few years ago. Benjamin Percy's Wolverine run was so great because we saw Wolverine get a new best friend in CIA agent Jeff Bannister. I loved the dialogue between Bannister and Logan in these Wolverine issues. It was fantastic. And I know Coyley's drinking because I just said fantastic. Some of the dialogue in Percy's book is just great. And the action, very cool. Another Percy book I want to show you is Green Arrow. Benjamin Percy did a soft reboot of Green Arrow with the Green Arrow Rebirth run that he had. By the way, I think this should be made into an omnibus. Honorable mention number 5, Benjamin Percy. Honorable mention number 4. One of the great working writers right now, Jeremy Adams. He's writing so many great books. He's got Green Lantern. He's got Aquaman. This was his Flash run from a few years ago, which was great. He took over for Joshua Williamson on the Flash Rebirth run, and I loved his. This was during Dark Crisis. It was a search for Barry Allen. This great story came from Jeremy Adams' mind. It was Wally and Wallace West and Jay Garrick trying to find Barry Allen. It was a great Jeremy Adams story. Of course, we all know how great his Green Lantern run is. Jeremy Adams is making the Green Lantern something special. He's bringing the excitement up to that Geoff Johns level. His stories have just been so good. I just ordered the Flash Gordon Jeremy Adams run that I'm supposed to be getting today. I'm very excited about it. Jeremy Adams, honorable mention number 4. Honorable mention number 3. He's the current writer of Batman, and I think he had one of the best Iron Man runs of all time, Matt Fraction. Fraction, of course, wrote Marvel's Fear Itself. He had a great Thor run. He's had many runs of many characters. His Iron Man run, I've said time and time again, should be an omnibus. His World's Most Wanted story during the Dark Reign era of Marvel was fantastic. I loved it, and I think it should definitely be an omnibus. Tony Stark versus Norman Osborn was great, and you can understand why so many people every month anxiously await his Batman books. Matt Fraction is great. He's honorable mention number 3. Honorable mention 2, Phillip Kennedy Johnson. Phillip Kennedy Johnson's run on Superman was so good. It's now an omnibus, and you should get it. The Warworld saga was so fantastic. It was Superman, Batman, the Authority. Phillip Kennedy Johnson weaves great tales. His Hulk book is the best we've seen in a long time. Phillip Kennedy Johnson has taken time to build stories that really mean something. His Green Lantern War Journal stuff has really been great. He's taken the time to give us a well-rounded John Stewart and shown us his family. It's really been something. And I do love what he's doing with his Batman and Robin run. He's advancing the relationship between Bruce Wayne and his son Damian. Phillip Kennedy Johnson has been doing some great stuff lately. He's honorable mention number 2. Honorable mention number 1. I think he's one of the best all time, and I'm so glad he's coming back to writing. He was injured in a car accident, and now he's coming back to writing. I could not be more excited. I'm talking about Donny Cates, the man who, for me, made me a fan of Venom. His Venom run was so cool. He gave us Absolute Carnage. He gave us the King in Black. He introduced us to Dylan Brock. And he used the Maker as a villain in the 616. How cool is that? You've heard me say it before, but Donny Cates' Venom omnibus is one of the best omnibuses you could buy. I highly recommend. Cates also did a great Thor run, and he did Cosmic Ghost Rider. I have no idea how he came up with Cosmic Ghost Rider or how he used the character he used that became Cosmic Ghost Rider. But it is a completely original story, unlike many you have read. Donny Cates is a great writer who just has these brilliant ideas go through his head, and he turns them into comic gold. Donny Cates, honorable mention, number 1. And now, on to the list. Number 5, Charles Soule. I love Charles Soule. His book, Letter 44, was so good. This is one of the best independent series I've ever read. I love this book. You guys know, you've heard me talking about this compendium. Charles Soule wrote a masterpiece. It's a sci-fi story mixed with political drama. It's a very, very cool story. And like so many books from Charles Soule, once you pick it up and start reading it, you just can't put it down. Do you remember how good his Star Wars run was? I mean, it was unbelievable. Soule's mind works better than everybody else's. It really is amazing. He took established characters that we all know and gave them real emotions and put them on a different path that made us care even deeper for the characters. I mean, how do you add depth to Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader? Charles Soule did it. And his latest thing he's writing, Eddie Brock Carnage, I mean, come on, this is amazing. Once again, it starts on a plane, and the Carnage, which has taken over Eddie Brock's body, starts telling him there's a serial killer on this plane. And he has no control over the fact he's turning into Carnage while flying on a jet. I mean, who comes up with this? Do you remember his great run on Daredevil? I'll tell you who does. The producers of the Daredevil TV series, because they're using so much stuff he came up with. Charles Soule is number 5. Number 4. This list's super hard. How do you leave out Scott Snyder? Well, you don't leave out Scott Snyder because Absolute Batman is a masterpiece. The new origin, the new hero, Absolute Batman using old characters in new ways has really been remarkable. All this stuff has come from Scott Snyder's mind. He turned Batman's villains from our world into Batman's poker buddies in the Absolute world. He took Alfred the Butler and turned him into Alfred the CIA agent. Absolute Batman is a masterpiece. Scott Snyder, the guy who came up with it. You know, he's the same guy that came up with the Court of Owls Batman story. Scott Snyder's just a genius. To come up with a group that's been hiding in Gotham City for 100 years that no one knows about, it's very cool. This is the way Scott Snyder's mind works. If you've ever read Undiscovered Country or any of his independent stuff, you've seen some amazing things as well. Scott Snyder thinks like nobody else thinks. Look at the DCKO stuff that's going on. That's Scott Snyder. That's the way his mind works. He's very impressive. Scott Snyder, number 4. Of my, if I could only keep 5 writers, current writers. Number 3. I love this guy. I love this guy's run on Batman, James Tynion. James Tynion is fantastic. You got a drink, Coily. James Tynion's storytelling is so good. I'm so envious of the way his mind works. To come up with his Batman stories, remarkable. The premise of their dark designs. Batman's old villains deciding they want to get him back by hiring a new villain called a designer. I mean, what great storytelling. That twist at the end of who the designer really is. James Tynion is a genius, and I love the way his mind works. Have you read Something is Killing the Children? It's amazing. Demon hunters who protect children. Just coming up with the creation of Erica Slaughter, who goes and protects children by hunting the demons that are trying to kill them. It's remarkable. Now he's created the whole House of Slaughter, which are demon killers that want to protect people. And he's got so many other books. Have you read Exquisite Corpses? I mean, come on. I mean, who thinks of this stuff? Seriously. I'll tell you who thinks of it. James Tynion thinks of it. He's a brilliant writer who writes superheroes and horror as good as anyone else ever has. And I would love to see him do a run on Daredevil or Punisher for Marvel Comics or DC. Why not give him a run on Green Arrow? I would love to see Tynion write Black Canary or one of the Batgirls. I think Tynion's brain is just smarter than many others. I would love to see him take a run at one of those characters. James Tynion, number 3. If I could only keep 5 current writers. Number 2. I loved his Flash. Is Joshua Williamson. I thought the way Williamson wrote Barry Allen was fantastic. I've enjoyed the first 2 volumes of his omnibus, and I can't wait for volume 3 of his Flash omnibus. It's coming out in 26. His Green Arrow run was amazing. The pacing in his books is so good. He knows the readers don't want pages where they're bored. and he makes sure that doesn't happen. If you have read his Superman, you definitely know that's the case. He's got Brainiac attacking Metropolis with Zarnians, and the only way Superman can stop it is to team up with Lobo and go kick some Zarnian ass. Just love it. He's got Clark Kent and Lois Lane, both superpowers, flying around fighting Doomsday, who as it turns out is the Time Trapper. Wow. How about his run on Batman and Robin? Bruce Wayne forcing Damian to go to school. Joshua Williamson gave us great Batman and Robin adventure scenes, and he also gave us Bruce Wayne as a PTA dad. I mean, come on. What a great concept. Speaking of Batman, don't get me started with how great Shadow War was. Joshua Williamson's understanding of Batman has me wondering, when is he finally going to take a run at Batman? We know Joshua Williamson's going to take over Iron Man for Marvel Comics, and we know he's going to pick up Legion of Superheroes for DC next year. I'm so excited. Joshua Williamson, one of my favorites. He's number 2. And now, number 1. If I could only keep 5 current writers, how did you not figure out that this guy was going to be my number 1? He's one of writers' all-time GOATs. Geoff Johns. His Green Lantern run, legendary. To this day, I recommend Geoff Johns' Green Lantern Omnibus as the best book for any new omnibus reader. His Green Lantern run was a thing that legends are made of. The way he crafted that story, the way he came up with all of rings and what they mean, Geoff Johns' Green Lantern run was amazing. His JSA run was fabulous, man. And those 3 volumes of JSA Omnibus are great. And those 3 volumes of the JSA Omnibus that Geoff Johns did are a great addition to any omnibus collection. Plus, what he did with the Justice League. His 52 run was so good. He came up with the For Evil story. What a great story. Imagine the Justice League from another universe all being villains? Come on. And the one guy that can help the Justice League stop them is Lex Luthor? That's Geoff Johns. His mind just works different from everybody else's. His Superman and the Legion of Superheroes book's one of my favorites of all time. I can't even count how many omnibuses or absolute editions I have of books that are written by Geoff Johns. In fact, I'm getting his Avengers Omnibus in a couple weeks, and I'm so excited about it. And the current books he's writing right now, oh, Geiger is magnificent. If you have not read Geiger, what's wrong with you? He's a man whose love for his family leads to him getting involved in a nuclear accident, and now he's the glowing man. Plus, Geoff Johns created Junkyard Joe. What a strange concept, but Johns makes it work. He's also created Redcoat, a fighter from the Revolutionary War who ends up being an immortal hero who lasts throughout all time, constantly getting into trouble and helping people and solving crimes, and all while creating mischief. All of this stuff from the mind of Geoff Johns. And now they're gonna make a Redcoat movie. By the way, tell me how Charlie Hunnam is not going to get the role in this movie. I won't believe you. Redcoat is one of my favorite books and one of the highest recommendations I give to people. It's all from the mind of Geoff Johns. In fact, Johns started his own comic book company, Ghost Machine, getting some of his friends, and he puts out some great content every month. What Johns does currently is amazing. He's number 1 on my if I could only keep 5 current writers list. Well, I told you this list was hard, and trust me, it was. How did I leave off Stephanie Phillips? I think she's great, and I'm excited about her Daredevil run. How did I leave off Jed MacKay? How did I leave off Jeff Lemire? There wasn't enough room. I told you this was a super hard list. But if you didn't agree with my list, I want you to comment and tell me who I missed. I know I missed people. And like I said, this was hard, and the list changed like 7 times in my head before I finally came up with the final 5. If I could only keep 5 current writers. Up next, I've got if I could only keep 5 all-time writers. I've got if I could only keep 5 current artists, and if I could only keep 5 all-time artists. These lists are really, really getting hard. Plus, if I could only keep 5 Batman stories. All of this stuff is coming up. Plus, I've got a video on the compendiums DC should make. And I've got a video on those hard-to-find, out-of-print, whale-like omnibuses and books, and the books that I still need to get. That's coming really soon. There are so many great things about this channel, and so many great subscribers, members, and commenters that I deal with every day. I thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Chubby Ray. So long, everybody.